of the Lord and their faithfulness from one generation to the next. All the way to a very current example in my life, a humble one, not a big one. They're certainly not perfect people, but my neighbors are 84 years old. And they're working in the kingdom. They got this little dog. He's named Brody, and they go out and walk him. That's been good. And we see him in the yard, and we talk to him. And sometimes Ralph come over, knock on the door, and need something, and we'll help him out. And he helps us out, all that. He said he's praying for us, you know. But she signed up to help with the nursery at her church. And I stopped her the other day when she was walking her dog, and I said, how's the nursery going? She said, well, the first day of school was back in session. We had 28 kids and 3 adults, but other than that, it's going pretty good. Every one of those children are blessed by her presence. I talked to Ralph last week. I said, how's it going? How's church going? We visited there once just to say hello, and it's a good church, and he is teaching a high school boys Sunday school class. And he told me, he said, last Sunday they asked me about dating and how to ask a girl out for a date. Folks, Ralph was 16 years old in 1956, so I don't know what kind of advice he gave them. But in that conversation, I'm sure that the Lord is passing mercy from generation to generation. All of these folks in my life and my neighbors right now have been workers in the field in one way or another, humbly applying their lives one generation to the next, asking God to use them and doing something about it, taking part in the covenant that God started with Abraham, believing in Jesus for not only their salvation, but the salvation of others, leaning into the mercy of God that passes from generation to generation, becoming a worker in God's field, and living into the promise that David shares in Psalm 145, that one generation will commend your works to another. They will tell of your mighty acts. I'd love to